Hey everybody, Jill here. Welcome. It is Wednesday, January 1st, 2025, and I am here with your first, what do we call this? Wednesday Q&A of the new year. I was up late like everybody else, and I was up super early this morning. I've already had 2 client kickoff calls today. Always love a January 1st start for people. And so we have a couple of new people who signed up this week for the Empowered Fitness Mastery special. And if you have a call on my calendar this week, then you can also be included in that special pricing, almost 50% off for the Empowered Fitness Mastery program. If you did not get on my calendar because you've been super busy, I totally get it. And I am happy to extend the discounted pricing to you as long as you get on my calendar between now and Sunday. So the end of the week, January 5th. And so I would say do that. Get on my schedule. I added the link to my calendar here. So just find any time that works for you and works for me. And we can have a call so that we can talk about your goals, talk about your struggles, figure out what's been holding you back, and figure out what's going to propel you forward. Hi, Angie, Michelle, Teresa, Sahara, Lori, Estelle, and welcome everybody who hops on. Let me know if you're here live. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and Happy New Year. I always like when a new year or first of the month starts on a Monday, but I'm actually really excited that today is Wednesday because I feel like it gives us this 5 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, to get ourselves ready, get our plan in place, get us talking, and get you excited and ready to kick off on January 6th with your new stuff. I think also when we have calls, when we have start putting a plan into place, I always see this happens all the time. I'll have a call with somebody and they've lost 5 pounds between when we had the call and when they started their program. And they're like, I was just so pumped up after you and I talked that I started making changes, and I was just really excited about seeing changes. And so I see that a lot. So if you start today fresh and you're excited and you want to make change, then let's do this. Number one, I would love to do it together. It really energizes me to have a ton of calls on my calendar with new ladies, getting to know you, getting to know what's going on with you. I really pride myself in being a one-woman show in Jill Ortiz Fitness, and being able to have deep connections with my clients to know what's going on in their lives, what has been holding them back, and what they need exactly moving forward, and making that a really custom journey where you don't feel the pressure of being on anybody else's schedule, doing what anybody else can do, but you're going at your pace. And so one thing that I do want to say, and what we do on these, if you're new here, welcome. Every Wednesday I do a Q&A session, usually at noon, but I had a new client call that we just finished a couple minutes ago. And in this time, what I do is I take all of the questions that you ask when you come into the group, the concerns you have, the things that are holding you back, and I address those questions, concerns, and talk about those things, because it's often common that many of you are going through the same things. I want this to be a group where we get to know each other, feel comfortable sharing, and get answers. And I don't want you wasting time, energy, and money on things that are not going to get you anywhere. So I am super direct. I'm really open and honest. I'm not going to always sell you the highest cost thing. I just want to see you moving forward in the right direction, getting really excited, building momentum, and doing what you need, and taking advantage of the resources that are right for you personally so you can have long-lasting success. One thing I do want to suggest that's totally free, I completed my 2024 fitness calendar. So this is something one of my old clients, OC, made for me last year. So she gave it to me in 2023. She said, here, I made this for you, Jill. And I religiously showed up every single day in my fitness. I created a little color-coded key. So it says abs, lifting, glutes, bike, cardio, other golf, stretching. And I color coded every single day of the year what I did. And this is something I'm proud of. I have a ton of consistency, and there's different times where I had different focuses. So you might see a lot of red or a lot of blue or a lot of purple right now that I'm doing my bike across Alaska adventure and virtual adventure. I live in Florida. And so this is fun. So I have a copy of this for you for 2025, and I need to fill out, I did a bike workout today already. I need to fill out my first workout. And so this you can find in the files section of our group here. There's a lot of great free resources in our group, and I would say take advantage of them. The biggest thing you can do in this group here with me is, number one, take advantage of all the free resources that I have for you, meaning set up a call with me. It's free. Use this coloring page as your obsession for being consistent in 2025. Go through the guides section of our group and find all of the amazing free resources that I have in there for you and take advantage of them. The next thing is I want to ask you to take advantage of the low cost paid options and items that I have. Things, anytime we do something that is a timely challenge, and I have my calendar laid out for you for 2025. I'm not going to tell you what it looks like, but I'm going to tell you when things are coming up, and I'm going to invite you, and I'm going to invite you over and over again. I'm going to post about them. I'm going to story about them. I'm going to maybe reach out to you and ask you if you want to join me, because these things are going to be, I'm only going to offer you things that are going to give you massive momentum in a small way for your journey. So for instance, my first invitation for you for 2025 is to join me next Monday, me and the ladies who are going to be doing my 5-day Kickstart cleanse plan B. So that's menu B. There's menus A, B, C, and D. They're 5-day meal plans. They come with a shopping list, the menu, and the recipes, and we're gonna do it together, meaning we'll be in a Facebook group. I'll be coming live daily saying, hey, here's what we gotta do now, and encouraging you to get prepared, telling you the best way to do the cleanse, giving you tips along the way so that you lose 5+ pounds in 5 days next week. We've had people lose 5 to even 12 pounds. Spouses love it, husbands love it, kids sometimes love the food on it, and it's been a real game changer for my clients as well, and something that we use periodically throughout the year to overcome plateaus, to get back to healthy eating after we've been binging, to take off a few extra pounds before we fit into a dress or go on vacation. Something to give our bodies a little relaxation period between heavy lifting programs. And it really provides amazing results. So I've included the link to the 5-day Kickstart Cleanse Plan B here with some extra added bonuses that you can add on if you like. We start that next Sunday, so we want you to get in the group like today so that you can be ready, prepared, know what you need, know what to do, and be super successful next week. So those are my asks of you today and throughout the year, to take me up on these amazing offers of little things that you can do. You can always poke around my website, jillortizfitness.com, to figure out what else is going on, what other free resources I have, whatever small paid programs, and you can even learn about my Empowered Fitness Mastery coaching program in there as well, along with my Menopausal Metabolism Reboot, and you can always reach out to me for help. So with all that said, let's get into some questions and figure out what's going on with everybody. I keep a spreadsheet here. I have been for years, and I'm always adding as people join the group, and kind of just answering the 3 questions that you answered when you joined the group. What's holding you back in your fitness and nutrition success and in your journey? What are your goals? And if you could do a call with me and you had a question, what would that question be? And so we're going to go over some of those things right now. So we've got Esther here who filled out the questions, and she says that the biggest thing holding her back is that she's not consistent with the gym. And so that's an interesting thing that she mentions the gym and not necessarily workouts, because what I found in the last 10 years of working out primarily at home for my personal workouts is that going to a gym is like a barrier to entry. It definitely makes things harder to be consistent. And while some of you may love the gym and going to the gym, and I love hotel gyms because generally I'm the only one there. Sometimes it's a puzzle to figure out what's working and what's not. If you saw my stories like 2 days ago, we were in Savannah and all the machines were broken. So I had to figure it out, you work with what's there. And, but I love new locations and whatnot. But most of all, I love waking up in the morning and coming downstairs to my little home gym here. This also, sorry, couldn't do that. Serves as my office / gym. So we've got the bike over there. I've got my weights right here and my desk here. And so coming downstairs, getting whether it's a 10-minute, 20-minute, hour-long workout done, getting out, showering and being ready for the day. Nobody gets in my way. Nobody's on my machine. Nobody bothers me. They know that this is my sacred space. Don't bother me while I'm in here, and it makes consistency so much easier for me. We've added equipment and weights to the gym over time as we needed, including my Christmas present from my mother-in-law and father-in-law, my 50-pound weights. I can hardly pick them up. It's kind of crazy. And that's why I have my new things, which are my grips, which help me pick up 50-pound weights. So anyways, consistency is way easier when you have something you can do at home. And that's why I've built all my programs as home gym programs. So I think, Esther, that might be something that could help you. Let's see what her question is. Esther says, why is it so hard to lose weight? I've never struggled my entire life with weight. So you have to play the rules of the game, Esther, as we age. And if you're here, you're probably over 40. Things are changing. Things might be slowing down. And especially if you're not being consistent, then you are not going to get results. So at this point in time, your body is not working for you. When I'll tell you, do you know that kids need about 3,000 calories a day because their bodies just burn? And we don't as adults. And so you need to know what you need to do at your stage of life. And then you have to be consistent. And I'm sorry, there's no quick fix. There's no way around it. You simply have to do the work, and you have to do it consistently if you want to get results. And so that's, I think, the biggest thing is many people haven't found a way to be really consistent. But you don't need a lot of time in the gym, right? You don't have to go to a gym. We can start you on 10 minutes a day at home. That's what I did while I was gone, was 10 minutes of lifting a day. And we can get you consistent, and then we can build up once it becomes you. Once you're like, all right, 10 minutes, I got this. Let's move it up to 20. Let's move it up to 30. That's how we do it in Jill Ortiz Fitness, is we go up in increments so that we can make it a doable and sustainable habit. Same thing with nutrition. It's got to be doable, sustainable, something you enjoy. That's the biggest thing, is people don't have consistency when their journey is not joyful and enjoyable. And if it is, then it will be, because you'll make that choice to continue on that path, and you'll get results too, which will help you with that motivation to stay on track. Rachel states that knowledge is what's holding her back. And that's one of the reasons why I call my program Empowered Fitness Mastery, because I like to empower my clients with the knowledge that's going to get them to take the appropriate actions most of the time to get them results. And I feel that once you have the knowledge of what it's going to take, what you need to be doing, what you need to be doing less of, then it's much easier to execute on that plan and understand why. When you understand why, you're much more invested. And so that's all we got to do, is we got to make you knowledgeable of what's going to work, and then we'll see you through. She also asks, how do I lose weight and keep it off? It's going to be a matter of, at this stage of life, knowing what's right for your body in terms of fitness and rest and recovery, stress reduction, what you need to be eating, what we need to lay off of, what's going to help you and hurt you in that, and making sure that you're sleeping well, that you're hydrated, and that, again, that this is a balanced plan, not a ton of restriction, not following the latest fad or trying to take a shortcut that will come back to bite you, okay? Jennifer says she wants to lose some body fat and weight, and she's struggling with a lack of nutrients. That's interesting. She thinks that's holding her back, that her nutrition is holding her back. So Nutrients means that you need a variety of foods, right? And that we want to have whole foods for the most part, cutting back on processed foods, on diet foods that might have ingredients in there instead of, like, for instance, having fake sugars, synthetic sugars instead of real sugar, having fat-free items that say that on the package, but maybe they've got more sugar because they don't have the fat. And so again, that comes down to knowledge and having a solid plan, understanding. And for me, the magic word in nutrition is framework. Having multiple frameworks, ways to do nutrition where you've got guidelines, you understand them, they make sense, you can have enjoyment while following them so that you can stick to them long term, okay? Kathy says she's got no willpower, and that's fine. If you watched my Breaking the Barriers webinar, then you might have learned that relying on willpower is a bad plan, right? So if we are trying all day to diet really hard, what happens is at the end of the day, it's kind of like if you were trying to do bicep curls all day long and you just kept doing them. Eventually at the end of the day, you're giving out. You don't have willpower to keep going. Your muscles are going to be fatigued. So if you're constantly on this state of, let me just restrict myself and not eat anything I want and not eat enough food, eventually that willpower is just gone. And so we don't want to rely on willpower. We don't want to restrict ourselves. We want a solid plan that makes us feel like we're not working that hard and that we're not, just trying to hold on to the diet for dear life. We want to have something that doesn't feel that way so that we don't fall off that proverbial wagon, okay? Kathy says, I don't like to exercise. Walking is fine. Walking up steps is fine. Just no running or jumping. She says she has bad knees and a bad back. I've gone through that as well in my life. I've had bad knees. I've had back injury, spinal injury, and so I absolutely understand that desire to not do things that are running and jumping, and that's totally fine. What is important, Kathy, is strength training for everyone, especially women. Number one, because we start to lose our muscle mass. We don't have as much as men. We start to lose that at about age 30. And the more muscle mass we lose, the more our metabolism slows down, the weaker our body gets, the less stabilization around our joints, more prone to injury, and our shape starts to change. So I would love to get you to a place where you do enjoy exercising, where you find a new love for it because it's something that's truly important in your life. Kind of like if you don't like brushing your teeth, it doesn't matter because you got to do it so that your teeth don't decay and that you don't have all kinds of infection in your mouth, and you'll come to, enjoy that freshness in your mouth by doing it often. What we want to do is we want to find some exercise that is enjoyable and that helps you to your goals and helps you to build that longevity and feel good and confident in your skin, okay? Nancy says she wants to lose the weight that suddenly came on about 3 years ago and kept creeping up. She says, how do I keep it off? So again, if this came on quickly just a few years ago, it's probably that you're going through hormonal changes. And number one, we have to understand the chemistry of what's happening. I've been working with women on menopausal metabolism and hormonal changes for quite a while, and I just finished a few weeks ago a 16-hour advanced metabolism and female hormone certification. And there is so much that we're not told, we're not educated on, and that we need to understand so that we know what the best thing is to do for our body and why this weight tends to come on quickly and why it's so hard to reverse and to keep off once you're doing the right things. And unfortunately, it's just one of those things that we women have to do the work for. We have to work hard at, we have to understand it. And sometimes we have to go a little bit outside of our comfort zones. But once you get a hold of it It gets a lot easier, and you'll feel so much better in your skin for doing so. So it's taking those first steps, Nancy, of starting to understand what's going on. And we can do that either in my Empowered Fitness Mastery program. I've got a new client who started today in the program, and she wanted to start with the menopausal metabolism reboot. And so she and I taught it to her this morning. She's got some homework to do, and then she and I'll meet up a couple times this month in the coaching program so that we can make sure that she's on the right track, knowing exactly what to do. And so you can also do that program as a standalone program. It's both on my website, or if you're interested in the menopausal reboot, just let me know below, and I'll pop the link down below for you, and that'll really give you that knowledge and framework for fitness, nutrition, and more to get you the results that you want at this stage of life. Okay. Let's see. Michelle says, turning 53 and everything feels different. My goal is to feel better daily and feel better in my clothes. And so what's really interesting is that you can make your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, your 70s your best decade. I absolutely believe in that, because I can tell you that after having kids in my 20s and early 30s, I probably felt my lowest, not my lowest in weight, but at my lowest point. I felt the least like myself. It was a struggle to get my body back. I had gone through injury, 2 pregnancies, and was just working my way up the corporate ladder, and I was under a lot of stress. And so I can tell you that my late 30s, my early 40s now, and the decades to come are going to be my best, my most strongest, my least stressful. And I can tell you that with the knowledge that I've gained, that I know that there's only a better me to come, because I've really learned how to push myself and how to always want to achieve the next level, the next best version of myself. So I think you can absolutely do the same. And yes, being in your 50s is gonna feel different, but we can make it feel a good different if we have the right plan, a plan of action, take action, and have the accountability and the consistency that gets us results. Okay. Valencia says, I think financial issues is one of the main things that's holding me back. So Valencia, utilize all the free stuff in the group, right? Take advantage of the free stuff, maybe take advantage of the Kickstart cleanse. It's $47, and it's something you can use often. You can also go to jillortizfitness.com/free and take advantage of all of the great resources on there. The first thing I would say is to do the fitness audit. It's one of the guides in the group here. It's something that I've asked 2 of my clients to do today. I asked all of my clients to do it last week, and it's the best way for you to figure out, where am I at with regards to fitness, nutrition, mindset, motivation, goals, time management, and what do I need to be doing? What have I been doing? What do I need to be doing? And that will give you clarity and focus as to what actions you need to take, okay? Whether it's something high ticket, high cost, or low cost, taking little baby steps, as long as you're doing things and taking action to move you to the next level, you'll be fine, okay? Like my kids, they want things. I make them go in their room and find things to sell on Facebook if they want to buy new things, you know? And so I would say that would also be something that you can do, is provide a service based on something you're capable of doing, or sell something that you don't need anymore and start saving up that money to get the next thing that you do want, okay? You can always make things happen. Valencia asks, what practically and sustainably works in all this jungle of info concerning fitness, nutrition, weight loss, menopause? So yes, there's lots of information out there. There's lots of coaches out there. There's lots of fad diets and products and supplements. And it is up to you to do your homework and figure out, number one, who do you trust? Whose message is resonating with you? What do you believe in? And what are you going to take action on what speaks to you, right? Whether it's one program or another, I think you just have to take action on something. Some things are going to be a risk. Some things are going to be more expensive than others, and some things are going to work out and others are not. And all you can do is take the risk, do the things, see things through, and then say, okay, I do less of this one and more of this one because that didn't work out. And you take the lessons that you can learn from every experience and move on and keep taking risks. Okay. All right. Let's take a couple more. Victoria says what's holding her back is lack of the mindset that she needs to succeed. So that is one of those places where I would say then you have to surround yourself with like-minded people who you want to be like, right? So if we surround ourselves with other people who are not doing the work and are not motivated, then that's what we're going to be. And if we surround ourselves with go-getters who are doing the work, then that's who we are going to become as well. We rise to the level of the people around us. And so I would say join the program, join something, surround yourself with other people who are very motivated and getting the work done, and feed off of their energy and do what they do, okay? And Victoria says, sigh, muffin top, hate it. So that's going to come down to a little bit of consistency with nutrition, right nutrition, and possibly working your core. And guess what? Today is a really great day to get started with your next round of Jill's Killer Abs. Yay! I do it the 1st of the month to the 20th of the month every month. And so I still need to do my Killer Abs today. It's an incredible program that will help you with that muffin top. Of course, that is going to come down to nutrition, but strengthening your core, all 360 degrees around, the back, the sides, the front. It's a really great program. If you go to jillortizfitness.com/Jills-Killer-Abs, or you can just type the word abs below and I can send you information for it. I would say sign up for that and start that today and do it with me the 1st to the 20th. Okay. Mindy says, how many calories should I eat and still get enough protein? So that's something that we can work on together. It's something that will be coming up at some point in January. I got to look at my calendar. I will be doing a macros workshop. Tonight I'm doing it for my clients in the Empowered Fitness Mastery Program. We're going to be working together really closely on an in-depth macros nutrition program, and we're going to be working collaboratively in the Empowered Fitness Mastery Program on macros. But Mindy, that's something you can learn as well. You can do the program. I have a do-it-yourself program on my website. If you go to jillortizfitness.com and go to the programs tab, you'll see my Foods for Fat Loss Macros program is its own standalone program that you can purchase for, I think it's under $50. And that will teach you exactly how to calculate how many calories should I eat in a day? Where should I start with dividing those calories into fats, proteins, and carbs, which is what we call macronutrients. Those are the 3 macronutrients. And the macros style of eating means how many calories you eat, and then how do you break those down between the 3 macronutrients. Now, in my program, the reason why you would do my program over doing just hopping on MyFitnessPal is, which is a macros calculator. Most people who do MyFitnessPal, they'll just track everything they eat, and at the end of the day, they're not hitting their macros properly, and they don't know what to do about it, and they don't get their results. And it's a lot of boring work, and it's tedious, and it takes you all day long, and you're staring at an app all day long. I teach it in a more proactive manner, and I also include a macros meal plan and a template for how to calculate your macros and how to set up your own meal plan to make it easier and easier to follow and super, super effective. And so I would say if you're interested in knowing exactly how many calories for you and how much protein you need, go for the Foods for Fat Loss program, or we can do a call and figure out if that is the best thing, or if you need more personalized coaching from me, then we can do that in a nutrition coaching package, which is found at jillortizfitness.com/nutrition. And for that, it is a package of 3 45-minute coaching calls with me personally. you can learn up to 3 of my nutrition frameworks. And that is $199 for nutrition only coaching. Okay. Let's take one more question here. Well, that was all the questions. Let's just take a look at what Rosie says here. She says, I think I am holding myself back. Oh, she recently had a stroke, big wake up call, and she wants to get rid of her bat wings. So Rosie, why don't we have a call together, okay? We can go over, these are things that we would need to take into consideration, right? And have probably a personalized plan. And that's really the good thing about having a person as your coach and not joining a big program where everybody's kind of just a number of amongst millions, but really having somebody who is individualizing your plan and your strategy and checking in with you often, if that's something that you like. Yolanda's the last one here on my sheet for today. She says, what's holding her back is not knowing where to start. She says, my big goal is to lose weight, but also tone up my body. So for that, number one, if your big goal is to lose weight, I would start with the 5-day Kickstart cleanse. The link is here. And I would set up a call with me and let's go through and let's make the plan that works for you financially, with regards to how much coaching you're looking for. And when it comes to toning up the body, we want to get you on a really solid progressive strength training plan, which is what I do for a living, is create such plans. So if any of this sounds like you, definitely schedule a call with me and let's get you in on the calendar this week by Sunday. I've got time on the calendar. That way you'll get my special pricing deal. If you do join Empowered Fitness Mastery, I'm giving this week 30% off the program plus a free month, which ends up to being close to a 50% discount on the coaching program. It is my most amazing coaching program where you get private access, private coaching calls with me, group support, all of my fitness programs, all of my nutrition frameworks, my menopausal reboot, my abs program, everything, all 4 of my Kickstart cleanses, basically everything I've built, you get on day 1. So that would be my choice for you if you are able to do that in the new year. So give me a shout. You can always shoot me a message, shoot me a friend request. I will see you back here live on Monday for our Monday motivation. And I hope to see you in our Kickstart Cleanse group that starts next Monday as well. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a great new year and a lovely New Year's Day. Bye.